Princess Sophia woke up feeling a soft flutter in her chest, the kind that only came once a year, on her birthday. The morning sunlight streamed through her lavender curtains, painting her room in warm golden rays. Clover was already awake at the foot of her bed, twitching his nose excitedly. He hopped closer and nudged her shoulder with a grin, saying, "Happy birthday, Sophia. I hope there's carrot cake at the party later. I put in a request." Sophia giggled, stretching as she sat up. The castle always felt a little more alive on her birthday. Even the birds outside her window chirped a little louder, as though they knew this day was special. After getting dressed in a beautiful purple gown with sparkling silver embroidery, a gift from Queen Miranda, Sophia made her way to the dining hall. The corridors buzzed with energy. Servants hurried about carrying ribbons, trays of pastries, and stacks of wrapped gifts. Guards polished their armor a little brighter, and the maids hummed cheerful melodies as they worked. Sophia noticed these small details and felt touched that so many people were excited for her. But beneath her happiness, there was a quiet wish forming in her heart, one she hadn't told anyone yet. When Sophia entered the dining hall, the whole room lit up. King Roland, Queen Miranda, and Amber were already seated, waiting for her with smiles. James rushed in moments later, almost tripping over his own feet but still managing to shout, "Happy birthday, Sophia!" The family shared laughs as they enjoyed a delicious birthday breakfast. Amber had gifted Sophia a new tiara, one decorated with amethysts that glimmered under the chandelier. James gave her a hand-painted wooden puzzle of the entire kingdom, proudly explaining that he had painted the rivers himself. Sophia thanked them both warmly, hugging them in gratitude. But even with all these wonderful gifts, she kept thinking about the wish she wanted to make. As everyone finished eating, King Roland mentioned that the royal celebration would be larger than usual this year. Sophia asked why, and he explained that the kingdom was going through challenging times and the people needed something joyful. This birthday festival, he hoped, would lift everyone's spirits. Sophia nodded thoughtfully, her quiet birthday wish growing stronger. She wanted her birthday to bring real happiness, not just one day of celebration, but something lasting and meaningful for everyone. Later in the morning, Sophia walked through the castle gardens with Clover, taking in the vibrant surroundings. Flowers bloomed in full color, swaying gently in the breeze. The fountains glimmered as sunlight danced across the water. Sophia loved spending time in the garden, especially on days when her thoughts needed clarity. She wandered toward the rose archway, where she often talked to the animals or read her favorite books. Today, however, something felt different. As she approached the arch, she noticed a faint shimmer of light hovering near the petals. It was subtle, almost easy to miss, but Sophia's eyes caught it. She stopped, watching the glow flicker softly like a tiny spark of magic. Clover squinted at it and muttered, "Sophia? That's not normal garden glow." Sophia agreed. She took a step forward, captivated by the mysterious light. Just as she reached out to touch the air near it, the shimmer faded completely, leaving only the gentle rustling of leaves. Sophia didn't know what to make of it. She had seen magic before, lots of it. But this felt different, gentler, almost like it was watching her. Clover nudged her ankle and asked if she thought it meant something. Sophia wasn't sure, but she had a strange feeling that the light had something to do with her birthday wish. She whispered softly, maybe it's a sign." The rest of the morning continued with cheerful chaos. The palace staff prepared decorations, musicians rehearsed melodies, and chefs crafted trays of desserts. Sophia helped wherever she could, tying ribbons and handing out flowers. Everyone worked hard, but Sophia noticed that beneath their smiles, many seemed tired. The kingdom had faced a long season of storms, and repairing homes had been difficult for many families. Seeing this only strengthened Sophia's wish. She wanted to do something more meaningful than simply having a royal celebration. She wanted to find a way to bring true happiness to Enchancia. As the afternoon neared, Sophia noticed the sky darkening slightly. A soft breeze swept through the castle courtyard, and the faint shimmer returned, this time higher in the air, dancing like a floating spark. Sophia's heartbeat quickened. She excused herself and followed the glow quietly, hoping to understand what it wanted from her. Clover ran behind her, muttering nervously but trying to keep up. The shimmer drifted toward the far side of the garden, near the hedge maze, before disappearing again. Sophia sighed in confusion but felt more determined than ever to discover the truth. When she returned to the castle steps, Bailiwick approached her with a warm smile and a polished wooden box in his hands. He explained that it was a small gift from the entire castle staff, something they had chosen for her together. Sophia opened the box and found a tiny, intricately carved charm shaped like a heart, symbolizing kindness and generosity, qualities they said she embodied every day. Sophia was deeply touched by this gesture. She thanked Bailiwick sincerely, promising to treasure it always. That evening, as the sun began to set behind the mountains, the castle glowed with lanterns and ribbons. Music floated through the air, and guests from the kingdom arrived with joyful faces. The celebration was beautiful, lively, and filled with laughter. Yet Sophia still felt the weight of her wish in her heart. She wanted her birthday to be more than a festival. She wanted real magic, the kind that made life better for everyone, not just for a night. When the first star appeared in the sky, Sophia closed her eyes and whispered her true birthday wish at last. She wished for a way to help the kingdom find lasting happiness, something she could be part of, something meaningful. As she opened her eyes, a soft glow appeared once again at the edge of the garden. This time, it didn't fade. It grew brighter. And this time, Sophia knew her birthday wish had been heard. Princess Sofia stepped carefully toward the glowing light at the edge of the garden, her heart beating with a mixture of excitement and curiosity. Unlike earlier that day, the shimmer wasn't faint or shy. It pulsed gently, like a quiet heartbeat of magic waiting for her to notice. The lanterns from the castle cast a warm glow behind her, but the magical light ahead was brighter, softer, almost welcoming. Clover hopped nervously at her side, his ears perked and alert. "Sophia," he whispered, "are you sure we should go closer? This feels like one of those moments when something magical is about to happen. And when magic happens, I usually end up either glowing or floating or both." Sophia couldn't help but laugh softly. "Don't worry, Clover. I don't think this magic wants to hurt us." She took another step forward, then another, letting her curiosity guide her. As she reached the glowing light, it fluttered upward, swirling once before drifting toward a narrow path that led deeper into the garden. It was almost as if it wanted her to follow. Sophia exchanged a glance with Clover before continuing down the path. The night air grew cooler, and the sound of distant music from her birthday celebration faded behind her. Owls hooted softly from the treetops, and the moon cast silver beams on the stone walkway. The glowing magic finally paused near a small clearing hidden behind tall rose bushes. Sophia had been in this garden many times, but she realized she had never seen this particular spot before. It felt peaceful, almost enchanted, as if untouched by the busy world outside. In the center stood a delicate stone pedestal, covered in vines and tiny lilac flowers. As the magical shimmer floated above the pedestal, the vines slowly pulled back, revealing a small golden box. Sophia gasped softly. The box was beautifully crafted, etched with swirling patterns similar to the ones she had seen in her storybooks about ancient Enchancian magic. Clover's eyes widened. "Whoa, that's definitely magical. And definitely old." Sophia reached out gently and lifted the box. It felt warm in her hands, almost alive. When she opened it, a soft golden glow escaped, illuminating her face with warm light. Inside lay a single scroll tied with a lavender ribbon. With careful fingers, Sophia untied the ribbon and unfurled the scroll. The handwriting was elegant, flowing like gentle waves. As she read the words silently, her breath caught in her throat. "For the princess with the purest heart, a gift on the day of her birth. This magic appears only when the kingdom needs hope. Follow its guidance, and you will discover the key to bringing lasting happiness to all." Sophia blinked in surprise. It was addressed to her. But how? And why now? She read the message again, her heart fluttering with excitement and uncertainty. This scroll hinted that her birthday wish, her desire to help the kingdom, had awakened something ancient and magical. Clover scratched his head. "So, you make a wish, and suddenly ancient magic pops up to help? That's actually kind of impressive. Sophia smiled softly but felt the seriousness of the moment settling on her shoulders. She carefully folded the scroll and placed it back inside the golden box. She didn't know exactly what this magic expected her to do, but she knew she had to find out. She felt a gentle pull in her heart, urging her forward, telling her that this was only the beginning of something much bigger. As she walked back toward the castle, still holding the box, the magical shimmer followed her like a guiding firefly. When she stepped into the brightly lit courtyard, the shimmer faded once more, disappearing into the evening sky. Sophia looked up, wondering when it would return. She hoped soon. Inside the castle, the celebration was in full swing. Music filled the air, guests danced under sparkling chandeliers, and tables overflowed with delicious desserts. But even with all the joy around her, Sophia couldn't stop thinking about the magical box and the scroll's message. She quietly slipped into a corner of the hall, observing the crowd. The people smiled and laughed, but she noticed the same tiredness she had seen earlier, a kind of heaviness that didn't completely vanish, even with all the festivities. She wanted to help them, truly help them. Amber approached her with a curious expression. "Sophia? Why are you hiding over here? Everyone's looking for you. It's your big night." Sophia hesitated, wondering if she should tell her sister. She trusted Amber, of course, but she wasn't sure if she was ready to explain everything yet. Instead, she told her she needed a moment to think. Amber nodded gently, surprising Sophia with her understanding. "Take your time," Amber said softly before returning to the celebration. Sophia smiled gratefully. She took a deep breath and stepped outside onto the balcony to clear her mind. The cool breeze felt refreshing, carrying the soft scent of night flowers. She looked out over the kingdom, her kingdom, spread beneath the starry sky. Lights twinkled from distant homes, and she imagined the families inside, their hopes and worries, their dreams and fears. She wanted her wish to help them all, not just with magic, but with something that truly mattered. Suddenly, the golden box in her hand grew warm again. Sophia opened it quickly, thinking perhaps another message was appearing. Instead, the magical shimmer reformed in front of her like a tiny floating star. Clover, who had followed her onto the balcony, gasped. "It's back!" The shimmer pulsed and drifted upward, slowly forming a trail of golden sparkles that pointed toward the far edge of the kingdom, toward the Whispering Woods. Sophia knew then that this was her next step. The magic wanted her to go. And she would. Her birthday wish was no longer just a wish. It had become a calling. Princess Sofia stared at the shimmering trail of golden sparkles drifting toward the Whispering Woods. The sight filled her with excitement, but also a bit of nervousness. The Whispering Woods had always held an air of mystery. She had visited them before, sometimes with her friends, sometimes during magical adventures, but they were never a place to enter casually, especially at night. Clover eyed the golden trail with clear suspicion. "Sophia," he said, tugging gently on her gown, "I know that look. I'm about to follow some strange magic into a dark forest. Look. And I just want to remind you, I'm a rabbit, not a knight." Sophia smiled, placing a reassuring hand on his head. "I know it sounds scary, Clover, but I think this magic is trying to help us. The scroll said it appears when the kingdom needs hope. And if it's guiding me somewhere, then maybe the answer to my birthday wish is waiting for me in those woods." Clover huffed, muttering something about magical trouble finding him wherever he went, but he hopped after her anyway. Sophia took one last glance into the ballroom where her birthday celebration continued. She could see her family laughing, guests dancing, lanterns glowing like little stars. A part of her wished she could stay and enjoy the night, but a deeper part of her knew this journey couldn't wait. Something important was calling her. She slipped quietly out of the castle gates with Clover at her side. The night was cool, and the crickets sang softly as the two followed the trail of magic across the grassy hills. The golden sparkles glowed gently ahead of them, lighting their path without making a sound. Every so often, Sophia wondered who, or what, had sent this magic. Was it from the Mystic Isles? Was it ancient Enchancia magic? A fairy? Or something she had yet to learn about? The uncertainty gave her a small thrill, but she walked forward with steady determination. As they approached the whispering woods, the air changed. The trees stood tall and shadowed, their leaves rustling in soft voices that almost sounded like whispers. Moonlight filtered through the branches in silver streaks. Sofia paused at the edge, feeling a gentle shiver run down her spine. The golden trail floated ahead confidently, as though urging her onward. Clover gulped. "Well, I guess we're going in. But just for the record, I prefer adventures that involve snacks." Sofia laughed softly and entered the woods. Inside, the trees glowed faintly with fireflies drifting lazily between them. The path looked soft under her feet, covered in leaves and scattered petals from wildflowers. The magic shimmer moved slowly now, as if waiting for Sofia to take everything in. She felt warmth in her chest, the familiar feeling she always had when she was on the right path, even if she didn't fully understand it yet. They walked deeper into the forest, passing trees with twisting roots and small woodland creatures peeking curiously from behind bushes. Several rabbits nodded respectfully to Clover, who puffed out his chest proudly in return. Sofia hid a smile. Soon, they reached a small stream that sparkled under the moon's reflection. The shimmering magic danced above the water before crossing to the other side. Sofia knelt briefly, dipping her fingers into the stream. The water felt unusually warm, almost comforting. After crossing the stream, the forest grew denser, but the golden trail kept the darkness from feeling frightening. It finally led them to a clearing neither Sofia nor Clover had ever seen before. In the center stood a tall, ancient tree with shimmering leaves that glowed faintly in purple, blue, and gold hues. The tree's trunk was wide and carved with delicate swirling patterns, much like those on the golden box. Sofia gasped softly. This tree was extraordinary, magical, without question. The shimmer circled the tree once before settling carefully on a small notch in the trunk. Suddenly, the swirling patterns began to glow, brightening slowly until the entire tree pulsed with warm light. Clover's jaw dropped. "Okay, now I'm officially impressed." A soft breeze passed through the clearing, and the glowing patterns opened like a hidden doorway. Sofia stepped closer, her breath catching. Inside the opening was a smooth, crystal-like surface reflecting her own face. It wasn't just a mirror, it was magical. As she gazed into it, her reflection softened, transforming into scenes of the kingdom. She saw villagers repairing their homes, children playing, people smiling despite the recent hardships. Then she saw the same villagers looking hopeful but exhausted. Their smiles didn't reach their eyes. Sofia watched closely, understanding slowly dawning in her heart. The kingdom was trying its best, but it needed more. Not just a celebration, not just temporary joy. Something deeper. Something that could bring comfort and unity. Suddenly, the reflections shifted. The image showed Sofia herself, offering something, though the picture was hazy. It looked like a light, or maybe a symbol. Then the image faded and the mirror darkened once more. Sofia blinked in confusion. "What does it mean?" she whispered. Before she could step back, a soft voice floated through the clearing. It sounded old and gentle, like leaves rustling in the wind. "The answer you seek lies not in magic alone, Princess Sofia, but in the heart willing to listen." Sofia froze. Clover gasped dramatically, spinning in circles. "Who said that? Where are they? Please don't tell me it's the tree." But the voice didn't come again. The clearing fell silent except for the whispering leaves. Sofia swallowed, her mind racing with questions. She looked at the magical mirror again, thinking about her wish, about the people of the kingdom, about the scroll's message. The magic wasn't giving her a simple answer. It was showing her that the real solution would require understanding, compassion, and action. It wanted her to search deeper, not just in the forest, but within herself. She held the golden box tightly against her chest, feeling its warmth. The shimmer rose again, swirling gently around her like a small comforting hug before drifting back toward the castle. It was guiding her home. Sofia took a deep breath and turned to follow it. Her journey was only beginning, and she knew the next step would reveal even more. Princess Sofia returned to the castle with Clover bouncing beside her, feeling the thrill of adventure still tingling in her fingers and toes. The golden shimmer had guided her through the whispering woods, revealing a magical mirror and a message that made her think deeply about her birthday wish. She now understood that her wish wasn't just about a moment of happiness. It was about creating something lasting, something that would touch the hearts of everyone in Enchancia. But how could one princess make a difference for so many people? As she entered the castle, the sounds of her birthday celebration grew louder. Guests laughed, musicians played cheerful tunes, and the aroma of freshly baked pastries and cakes filled the air. Sofia paused for a moment, taking it all in. The festivities were beautiful, and yet she felt the gentle pull of the magic guiding her. She realized that her birthday wish wasn't separate from the celebration, it was connected to it. Perhaps this festival could become the beginning of something bigger. Clover twitched his nose, sensing her thoughts. "Princess Sofia, you're thinking again, aren't you? That look means you're planning something magical and probably exhausting." Sofia smiled at him and nodded. "Yes, Clover. I want my birthday to be special for everyone, but I also want it to make a real difference." Clover gave a little hop of excitement. "Well, if it's magical difference, then I'm all in." Sofia decided to start with the guests. She wandered among the partygoers, greeting them warmly and observing their interactions. Some children played games under the lantern-lit pavilion, giggling and chasing each other. Adults chatted over delicious desserts, their smiles bright but a little tired. Sofia realized that while the festival brought joy, it was temporary. True happiness, she thought, would come from connecting with people, sharing kindness, and creating moments they could carry home in their hearts. Princess Sofia paused near a group of children who were struggling to reach a basket of glowing balloons. The balloons floated just out of their grasp, teasing them playfully. With a gentle wave of her hand, Sofia guided the balloons down one by one, letting each child grab one and laugh with delight. Clover clapped his paws happily, enjoying the small but meaningful act. "See, Princess Sofia," he said, "this is already spreading happiness." Sofia nodded. "Yes, Clover. But there's more we can do." Next, she turned her attention to the musicians. Their magical instruments were beautiful, but the melodies were slightly off-tempo, causing some of the enchanted lanterns to flicker unsteadily. Sofia approached the lead musician and suggested subtle changes to the rhythm. With her guidance, the music flowed smoothly, syncing with the glowing lanterns and sparkling fountains. The guests immediately noticed, and their laughter and applause became even more joyful. Sofia felt a warm glow in her heart, realizing that small, thoughtful actions could ripple into large, meaningful effects. As the evening progressed, Sofia noticed a group of sprites fluttering near the fountains. Mischievous but gentle, they were about to playfully splash water on the guests. Sofia approached them with a smile, remembering the wisdom from the magical mirror. She spoke softly, "Little friends, would you like to join the fun in a way that makes everyone happy?" The sprites twinkled, curious, and then carefully danced above the fountains, creating sparkling arcs of water that delighted everyone without soaking a single guest. Clover cheered. "Princess Sofia, you just turned mischief into magic." Sofia laughed. "Yes, Clover. That's exactly it. Even the smallest gestures mattered." Sofia helped a young girl untangle her hair from a floating lantern string, encouraged shy children to join the games, and guided a group of guests to a spot where they could watch the fountains reflect the moonlight. Each act was simple, yet together, they transformed the festival into something unforgettable. The golden glow from the magical box she carried seemed to pulse softly, as if approving of her choices. Finally, the time came for the birthday cake. The enormous confection glimmered with enchanted frosting, sparkling as though kissed by the stars. Sofia gathered the guests in a circle, inviting them to make a wish of their own before the candles were lit. As they did, she realized something wonderful. Her birthday wish wasn't hers alone. By inspiring joy and kindness in others, she was helping everyone discover their own magic. The guests' laughter, wishes, and smiles intertwined, creating a harmony that felt more powerful than any spell. The golden shimmer appeared once more, floating above the cake and casting a soft, warm light over the entire courtyard. Sofia understood then that her wish was no longer just a personal desire. By sharing magic, joy, and thoughtful actions with everyone, she had begun to fulfill it. The kingdom was smiling, hearts were lifted, and the evening was filled with lasting happiness. Sofia looked around at Clover, Marina, Amber, and the guests. She realized that true magic wasn't only in the spells, the sparkles, or the enchanted objects. It was in kindness, courage, and the willingness to act with care for others. Her birthday had started as a celebration of herself, but now it had become a celebration of everyone. As the music soared, lanterns twinkled like stars, and laughter echoed through the castle grounds, Princess Sofia whispered softly to herself, "This is the real magic, and it's the best birthday wish I could have ever made." Clover twitched his nose happily. "Princess Sofia, I think this might be the best birthday ever." Sofia nodded, her heart full. The festival glowed brighter than ever, reflecting the magic that lived in every thoughtful, kind, and brave heart. With that, she knew the night was not just a memory but the beginning of many more magical moments to come. The castle courtyard sparkled under the moonlit sky, glowing with a soft golden light that seemed almost alive. Princess Sofia stood in the center, her heart overflowing with warmth and joy. The birthday celebration had reached its peak, and yet, for Sofia, the evening was more than just music, cake, and laughter. It was a moment of reflection, a realization of the true meaning of her birthday wish. Clover hopped beside her, nudging her gently. "Princess Sofia, I think everyone's having the best time. Look at all the smiles." Sofia looked around and smiled, seeing children twirling with lanterns, adults laughing together, and magical creatures dancing along the fountain's sparkling streams. The happiness was contagious, filling every corner of the courtyard. As she walked slowly among the guests, Sofia noticed that even those who had seemed tired earlier now glowed with a quiet joy. Families who had faced hardships were laughing, exchanging kind words, and playing together. It was more than she had hoped for. Every little gesture she had made, every moment of guidance and encouragement, had created ripples of happiness that spread far beyond what she could have imagined. Clover twitched his nose proudly. "Princess Sofia, I told you, your magic is awesome." Sofia chuckled softly. "It's not just my magic, Clover. It's all of ours. The guests, my family, the animals, even the little sprites, they all made this birthday magical." As the night deepened, a soft golden glow shimmered once more from the magical box Sofia had carried since discovering the first message in the Whispering Woods. She opened it carefully, and the glow expanded gently, surrounding her like a warm hug. From the center of the light emerged Lyria, the tiny garden wish pixie who had first guided her. The pixie's wings fluttered softly, scattering twinkling dust over the crowd. "Princess Sofia," Lyria said in her musical voice, "you have done more than celebrate your birthday. You have shared kindness, joy, and hope with all who attended. You have shown that the greatest gift a princess can give is a heart willing to make others happy." Sofia blushed, feeling both pride and humility. "Thank you, Lyria. I wanted my birthday wish to mean something more than just a celebration. I wanted to help the kingdom, even if just a little." Lyria floated closer, her tiny form glowing like a star. "And you have, Princess Sofia. Your actions have inspired others to find their own magic, to act with kindness, and to share joy. That is the true fulfillment of your wish." Clover twitched and whispered, "Princess Sofia, does this mean our wish came true?" Sofia hugged him gently. "Yes, Clover. But the real magic is that it's just the beginning. Happiness grows when shared. Every smile, every kind word, every small action adds to it." Just then Queen Miranda approached, her eyes filled with pride. "Sofia, you have truly shown what it means to be a princess, not just wearing a crown, but using your heart to guide and care for others." King Roland nodded in agreement. Amber stepped forward, adjusting her own dress, and smiled warmly. "Sofia, I'm so proud of you. You made this birthday not just about yourself but about everyone around you. That's what makes you truly special." Marina, who had been sprinkling glowing petals along the fountain path, floated over to Sofia. "You've shown me something wonderful tonight, Princess Sofia. Magic isn't only spells and enchanted objects. It's the courage to help, the thoughtfulness to guide, and the willingness to share happiness with others. Sofia hugged Marina and whispered, "I've learned that too. Magic is strongest when it comes from the heart and is shared with everyone." As the final moment of the birthday celebration approached, the cake, enormous, sparkling, and decorated with enchanted frosting, was brought to the center of the courtyard. Guests gathered around, holding hands and laughing, waiting for Sofia to make her wish and blow out the candles. Sofia closed her eyes for a moment, thinking about everything she had experienced that day: the magical shimmer, the whispering woods, the mirror, and the joyful smiles of her friends and family. Her heart was full, and she knew exactly what to wish for. Taking a deep breath, Princess Sofia whispered her birthday wish once more. She wished for the kingdom to continue spreading happiness, kindness, and unity, not just on birthdays or special occasions, but every day. She wished that everyone, from the smallest child to the oldest villager, could experience the joy of helping one another, of celebrating life together, and of sharing magic through love and compassion. Clover twitched with excitement, sensing the power of the wish. Sofia opened her eyes and blew out the candles. The cake erupted in a gentle shower of sparkling light, spreading soft golden beams across the courtyard. Guests gasped in delight as the lanterns above flickered in perfect harmony, forming patterns of stars, hearts, and flowers in the night sky. The magic wasn't just in the lights or decorations, it was in every smiling face, every laugh, every warm glance shared among the guests. Sofia's birthday wish had begun to take shape, not through a single spell, but through the love, care, and unity of everyone who had come together that night. As the festival slowly wound down, Princess Sofia walked among the guests one last time. She thanked them all for coming, reminding them that the magic of the night could continue in their hearts every day. Children hugged their parents, families whispered words of thanks, and the animals and magical creatures who had joined the celebration twinkled with happiness. Clover hopped onto Sofia's shoulder, whispering, "Princess Sofia, this is the best birthday ever." Sofia smiled, hugging him tightly. "Yes, Clover. And it's not just the best birthday, it's a beginning, a start of something wonderful for everyone." The golden glow of the magical box shimmered one last time, then gently faded. Lyria appeared beside Sofia, floating gracefully. "Princess Sofia, remember this night and the lessons it brought. Your heart's desire, your kindness, and your courage have created true magic. Continue to share it with your kingdom, and happiness will grow beyond your imagination." Sofia nodded, feeling a warmth in her heart that would stay with her forever. She looked around at the sparkling gardens, the glowing lanterns, and the joyful faces. She knew her birthday wish wasn't just for herself anymore, it was for everyone, and its magic would live on in every act of kindness, every shared smile, and every moment of hope and love in the kingdom of Enchancia. Under the starry summer sky, Princess Sofia, Clover, Amber, Marina, and her family stood together, knowing that the true magic of her birthday was not in the presents, the parties, or even the enchantments, but in the hearts of those willing to care, to share, and to love. And in that realization, Princess Sofia's birthday wish had finally come true.